Hi guys, it's time for the August plot tour.
Let's start off with the strawberries. They've filled this whole bed. I'm so happy with this. I've tidied up some of the runners that were coming over the edge just because I don't want them to root into the stones, but it's definitely full, so there'll be plenty of strawberries next year. And then moving out to the rest of the plot, looking a little wild. So these are the squashes that I chucked a lot of the leaves back off because of the mildew, but you can still just see there's some more, so I might take even more of the leaves off yet. We've been having lots and lots of patty pan from these. Next year I'll definitely only be planting one plant. These were some cuttings that I took off the currant tomatoes. I've got some in hanging baskets, but they're not actually doing that well. These ones in pots are, and there's some tomatoes starting to come on them now. So this is my Three Sisters with the True Gold sweet corn. We tried the first one this afternoon and it's ready, so I'm probably gonna pick some more of this. And the other things that I grew were the spaghetti squash. We only seem to have had one major one on this, and it is starting to yellow now, so that's nice. And then at the bottom are the brulotti beans, which I've decided to let go large so I can dry them out, and they worked really well in this Three Sisters method. A few people had said to me that they get a bit unruly, and I think because the brulotti beans are quite low, it's kept it quite nicely contained and it's not been difficult to pick the beans, or nothing's got too wild there, so I'll definitely be growing that again. This is my cucumber plant and I missed this one and it grew through the fence, so I think I'm going to have to chop that one off. The cucumber hasn't done amazingly, but also they've been really bitter. The rhubarb crowns went in last autumn, so I didn't want to pick too much off them, but they grew right over this path, which is where the tomatoes are, so I have taken a few sticks off. I still haven't had any outdoor tomatoes yet, but they're doing well. There are lots of tomatoes growing in there, but they're just not ripe yet. And I'm especially excited about these ones, which were the beefsteak tomatoes. Hopefully they're gonna come good soon, or we'll be having fried green tomatoes. Next year I definitely need to get a better support for the tomatoes, because a couple of them have worked quite well, but some of them have collapsed a bit and they're just in an area that's a little awkward to get to, so I would place them somewhere more easily accessible next time. The mizuna and the purslane is still coming, and there's a little bit of parsley down at the ends. I had re-sown in here more parsley and basil, but nothing has come up. The courgettes are producing again. Again, we've had a little bit of mildew with these, but we've had lots and lots, so I'm quite happy with those. The blue lake beans, I think they're pretty much done now. They've definitely slowed down with their producing. But next door to them, the runner beans just keep going. There are loads of them, and I'm out here every day and I always seem to miss them, and there's more. We've got a big bag full in the freezer. I'm really happy with those. Next to my other courgette plant, I've got this blue Hubbard squash. That one's come up quite quickly actually. The other plant has had a fruit on it for ages and I didn't think this one was going to do anything, but I chopped a few of the leaves off because the vine was just reaching all over the garden, and I think that might have helped to put some of the energy back down into the fruit, because that one shot up. Down at the back we've got nasturtiums. There's a couple of fruit bushes that we had a few black currants, maybe 4 or 5, but not many, hopefully next year. But this one that's just here at the front is quinoa. I'm really excited about these. I've only managed to get 3 plants really that are of a decent size, so we'll see what colour they turn out like. Because it was the rainbow varieties, I'm excited to see how they do. In front of them I've got some smaller plants. I just don't know if they're going to reach maturity now at this stage of the season. And coming over to here, this is where the potatoes were. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned earlier in the season, my chamomile path, the fence has fallen down a bit at the back, but it's spread so well. I only bought a few plants thinking that I would split them in the autumn and I would get double what I had, but the plants have grown so much when I split them. I think the path will be nearly finished, which is so good, which is just in 1 year, because I was thinking it was going to take a few years to do that. It's been rainy, so I haven't been watering this area, but maybe I needed to be a little bit more diligent with it, because I put in down here rows of, I think I put spinach and pak choy and choy sum, and none of it's come up. It's all getting eaten off. So I think I need to come out and see to the area just to make sure there's no slugs on it really. The same thing has happened here with some of the autumn seeds that I planted. They've come through to their 2 little leaves and they've all been nibbled off. Every single one. so I might need to try and re-sow those. And then at the end I've got purple sprouting broccoli, and there are a few leeks in there. And the last thing I want to show you is my massive blue Hubbard. I photographed this one on Instagram, I think it was middle of July, and it's just huge now, and it's starting to get that greyy blue colour. I think it's for harvest a bit later in the season yet. It's huge, absolutely giant. And this is the one I need to remember to keep the seeds from. So that's everything on the plot at the moment. I'm still just waiting on those tomatoes. They're really the last thing to come for the summer season, so I definitely need to re-sow my autumn seeds. And I'd also bought some garlic, which is going to go in at the end of September. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to give this video a like if you like gardening tours. Bye bye.